Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids, babies, females.
Making it weird?
Babies, what the fuck?
Bro, I
He
don't
goes,
care,
ladies
bro.
and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids,
like...
babies, females. Like you ain't just said ladies.
We're back.
We're going to ignore that you just said babies.
We're episode. Listen, everybody listens to the Gooms Pod. First of all, I just want to make that very clear. Everybody listens to it. That's why I introduced every single age range. But we're back, man.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, before we actually do start, to our weekly listeners that haven't subscribed, please do, because we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers.
That sounded
Come
professional.
on.
Thank you so much.
Sounded very professional. But yeah, no, we're back. Episode 19, which is pretty fucking crazy. On the car journey up here, I said to Chris, I was like, as if we've done 19 fucking episodes. And because 19 is that number, what a perfect way to do episode 19 than with our first ever podcast guest, James.
James Harper. What's going on?
He's back, man. Yeah, we're grateful to have you back, man. Obviously, the start of a journey that's going to be going on for a very long time, and a great journey. You were the starting person in that, bro.
I know, and fair play for that consistency.
Thank you,
kept
bro.
it up.
19 weeks on the bounce, man.
On the bounce.
The stat is, so if you make it past the first 3 episodes of doing a podcast, you're in the top 10% of all podcasters ever. And if you make it past episode 20, you're in the top 10% of those 10% podcasters ever.
It's basically you're in the top 1% of podcasts when you hit
that have ever started. And we're actually in the top 100 Jamaica business podcasts.
Yeah, all those Rasta man.
Bro, look at these stats. Bro, these stats that I can just dish out, bro.
And as well, two biggest dick podcasters as well. That's a stat.
Good stat.
Why are you laughing? You saw the model that I showed you before, bro.
Oh, you're going to start OnlyFans next?
Nah, I could never, you know.
Could you, could you?
I know some man that do OnlyFans, bro, that make a killing, you know. Like,
I know someone.
Like boys.
I know someone. I'm not going to say that.
I know.
Quite late on TikTok.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not going to say his name, but he does probably like 8, 9, 10 grand a month.
Are they straight?
He's straight.
Yeah, he's straight,
I
bro.
can see it more being guys that pay for guys than girls paying for the guys.
It's probably is 90% men paying for girls, but then there's probably the last 10% are either girls or homosexual men paying to see men.
Don't know how I feel, but like,
Yeah,
you know what I find mad? OnlyFans management.
Hella
This guy that I'm talking about, he actually does. He's got his own OnlyFans and his OnlyFans management as well, bro. And the way that business structure works is they take 50%, bro.
I think I'd be really good at OnlyFans management. You know?
50%.
They take 50% of whatever's made, bro. Do you know how fucked that is?
I mean, it's just a bit mad in it because obviously,
Because it's
you'll be
50% of the
you'll be
job.
getting dick pics.
I
And
used
everything.
to see an OnlyFans girl, and she
All right, mate.
no.
I didn't know this.
Listen,
I didn't know this.
Listen,
What's
so
her name?
she used to have an OnlyFans management agency that would manage her, and they gave her sounds. They gave her when to post. Like all she would do was film the content, send it to them, and then they do
What
everything.
sounds?
Huh?
What sounds?
Nah, just like trending sounds.
Can I get a?
No, just like trending sounds and stuff like that.
Know
To
you
do
was
well.
dating an OnlyFans girl?
That wasn't dating, bro. It was just
Just subscribing.
no, never in my life, bro. I'm not that fucking sad. Honestly, listen, no hate if that's your thing, but just for me, like, I ain't
Hey, we've got a
subscribing
couple
to
of
OnlyFans.
customers that are OnlyFans girls.
Actually,
Yeah.
bro, listen, I respect
The
it,
one
bro.
girl's got an R8, bro.
You know,
Bro, she
bro,
kills
the
it. She
bag's
kills it.
different,
Fair play
bro.
to her.
The bag's different.
Listen, comment in the comment section or send us a DM if you guys know a reasonable local OnlyFans girl, and we'll try to reach out to them and have this conversation.
There's that. What's her name? Is it? She went on a podcast and I saw it recently. Someone that I actually know. Is it Madison Fox, the one that was with Golden Boys?
Bro,
I
don't know OnlyFans girls like
No,
you know them,
no,
obviously, bro.
the
I
only
don't
reason
about
I
you,
know it-
James.
Name drop.
The only reason that I know her is because she went on a podcast of someone else that I know that's got a pod,
Yeah,
and
All right,
she
mate.
could be a potential.
I got lost.
That's
in
a
I
good
that.
think he knows her because
That was like
$6.99
my
a month.
brother knows someone whose sister knows someone. I got lost.
But anyway, yeah, we're back with a different type of podcast today with James. The first one was very much about you and your business and your come up, etc. But we'd like to call this one's going to be kind of like an in-house where we're just going to sit, we're going to talk and conversate. And James is just here with us to enjoy the ride, man. So
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I said to both of you last time, I think what I enjoyed about the last podcast was the fact that for like an hour and however long it was, my phone was off and we just spoke.
yeah, bro.
And it was class. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Bro, that's one of the things that I love doing about the pod like every week is that I get to spend the hour where we're just chilling, which we don't really get anymore, especially us two, because we're always 95% of the time that I see you, just either we're going to meetings, we're going to a client, we're just working, bro. Yeah. Like I must have called you about 7-8 times today, and it wasn't even for a fucking chit chat. It was like, oh, bro, this happened. Like, oh, it's one of those things. That is why I like doing the pod. It's a nice time just to chill.
Do you find yourself on the phone to Jamie a lot or not? Because I suppose you're back.
Yeah, but like it's short and snappy. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but that's a kind of short and snappy as well, don't it?
It depends. To be honest with you, they're intended to be short and snappy, and then they end up being fucking ages. Talk, and I can talk, bro. Fuck off.
Christos, you bro. I'm like, yo, I've got what I need now, Christos. I need to go, man. You like, but but about this, and you just keep going.
Bro, I just like talking to you, man. Like, time to get you on the phone, so fuck you.
I'm very like, to the point, I'm like, boom, done.
Yeah, I am with certain people.
I think I'm a bit of both, but you are obviously. I don't want you to take offense to this, but you're a good waffler. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, bro. You can like the way that you can waffle is you can go up to anybody, bro, and you can just talk.
Thank you.
It's a
good skill to have.
It is a great skill.
You can put me in an empty room. No, not in an empty room. Obviously, that doesn't make sense. But you can put me in a quiet room with people that I've never met, and I'd like to think that I could make some conversation.
Sometimes it's jarring though. We're on a call with this client, bro, and like the most jarring client ever. This call was supposed to be about 20 minutes, half an hour, bro. It ended up being 2 hours because Chris was just entertaining a waffle, bro.
Don't just say it's because of me, bro.
Bro, it was literally, I was on that call and her manager was on the call as well.
PA, basically.
And her PA. Literally in this call, it was me and our client's PA just sat there being absolute silent. Whilst he was just waffling and the client was waffling to each other for 2 hours, bro. Literally like just chatting shit. Like just chatting shit, bro.
Did you get the client?
Yeah, we did, but fuck me, I wish we didn't.
One of them.
Bro, like, I can't describe. Do you know what it is? At the moment, it's like to be fair, I'd take any client in the world just because, like, I'm hungry, bro. Like, we need the work. And obviously, Chris is on the same page as me. But, like, just some people that like to deal with, they just don't understand, like, business and marketing the way that they should really understand it. They think that their way's right.
That's a tough thing with the line of work that we're in. It's like, everybody always thinks that it's their baby, they want to take care of it. But you hire somebody to come in to do a job, like let us use our expertise in what we know and what we do every single day and apply it to your business. And some people like we were speaking about it earlier. Oh, can you take this clip out and put this clip in instead? Or the most annoying thing is that you'll go into proper sound design, put everything on, and then they'll put their own song over the top of the visuals so that the extra hour that you spent on creating.
Do you know what it is though? That's just lack of experience, bro, where we just need to put in place like a creative license, really. Yeah. But it's when there's nothing worse than like when a client really tries to take the creative, because at the end of the day, like I want someone to come to me, us, is because they enjoy the way that we look at things creatively. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, to a degree.
But go on.
Yeah, because this is actually a different perspective where you're paying someone.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I enjoy someone having a creative input, but then I quite like being creative. So I guess I've got a different perspective on it.
I think you kind of are a creative though, in that sense. Like
I'm quite good with.
Exactly. You marketed everything yourself before you could afford to have anyone on or anything like that. That was your role. So you know that the situations that we're talking about are guys that don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about.
Do you know what though? Actually, I'm going to contradict what we said as well. I don't enjoy it when a client doesn't say anything. They're just like, oh, creator's completely yours. Because I want to have a client's input, and I do enjoy that to a certain extent. But it's like when you send over something
brief,
that you...
bro. It's not an input.
No, not even a brief. When they can come in, bro, with ideas as well and add value to what you're creating, the same way that you probably would when you have a videographer in, or when you've got a graphic designer or something. Oh, I think... I can't even think of an example to give you, but you understand what I'm trying to say, don't you?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But it's when if I send over like a finished product, and it's something that's really perfect, bro. Not perfect because nothing's ever perfect, but something that's really really well done, and then a client will come in and say, oh, this needs to be completely changed, like song needs to be changed, like this and this because it's not marketed very well, and like what they send you back is completely off topic, and it just doesn't work. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I guess there's a narrow line between kind of where they've sent you a brief. If your video, equates to that brief, then I guess you have a leg to stand on and be like, okay, cool. Well, we've kind of delivered what you've asked us to. And now what you're asking us to change it to is completely so far afield from that brief that realistically you're going to have to pay us more. So I don't know, it's hard, isn't it, I guess.
What would you say your like top 3 marketing like tips would be to someone that's building a brand, bro? Because marketing is one thing that you've always done very well with Sneakerdoc.
Jesus, on the spot there. I always find stuff like this hard because I guess I've always done it quite naturally. I mean, word of mouth is probably one of the most powerful marketing tools that you can have. Just really owning your shit, owning your brand, delivering a great service.
I was going to say,
it's just going to compound over time. Consistency with brand. So, you know, down to the type of content, even down to the camera that you shoot your content on. If you're color grading, similar sort of color grades. If you're using fonts, the same fonts, the same colors. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100.
Brand guidelines are so important.
I think that, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think branding and marketing are 2 different things though, bro. I think branding is like an identity that you're going to have to your business, and someone's always going to recognize.
You apply that to your marketing though?
No. But I think the way, I do think that the way that you market and brand it is different, although they're similar category. Branding's like, okay, everybody knows the Sneakerdoc colors. That's one thing. Everybody knows that blue is the Sneakerdoc, the black. Like when I see that, I know that's the Sneakerdoc. But with marketing, I know that you do the really good, like the reels really well with the ASMR. What is it? What's it called?
ASMR.
Yeah, that's it. I know that that's something that you do really well, and that's worked really well for you on TikTok and reels.
No, absolutely. I mean, ASMR is. I hated ASMR. You know.
Did you?
The noise just used to go through me. And now, I mean, it's delivered great results, so I'm all over it. I mean, what I do, it's very easy to market because it's that really kind of, I'm trying to think what words to use. You know, it's the trainer's so grubby and dirty before, and then it's that mad transformation that makes people go, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And it sells itself, do you know what I mean? So if you pair that with good cinematography or photography, and you do it in a way where it's real good creative, it's going to pop off. Another way, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of using influencers. I prefer working with people that have actually achieved something. Do you know what I mean? So like a musician or a footballer, someone that's had to work hard at their skill and their craft, and they have a big following. And when I post people like that, it pops off.
You don't actually reach out to them, right?
No, they reach out to us.
They're attracted.
Have you ever reached out to anyone for influencer marketing before?
Yeah, like over the past 5 years.
Me a couple of times at the start.
Yeah, this little schmonk. But I don't know, I just don't really see like the return on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? There can be a really good return on it. It's just how you do it, though.
I think it's dependent on your product or service, though, as well.
Do you know what I think?
That also plays a factor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because influencers now are expensive, bro. They're fucking expensive.
It's a trend at the moment, influencer marketing.
But me and H are in a group chat. Don't ask why, because we ain't no influencers. But well, basically, my girl runs an agency and put us in basically what's the word for it? In the male division for the agency. But there's some guys that are in there that are getting like upwards of £1,000 a post, bro, and they ain't got anything more than 50,000 followers, bro. Like for a profile grid post, it's a lot of fucking dough, bro, just to spend on someone with 50k.
I mean, for me, right, it's got to result in not 30. I mean, it used to be 30 cleans, but do you know what I mean? Over 25 cleans for it to have a return of investment.
Exactly.
I've never had that from an influencer, and I sure ain't paying them $1,000.
Yeah, literally, bro.
So it's a bit different for me. But I think where I think a good use of influencer is, say if as a brand you're posting a reel, and that influencer either collabs on the reel or shares it on their story, that reel then gets a massive drive of traffic, which then naturally grows that organic reach of the reel, and it pops off.
I think the best way to do for anybody that's got a brand and that's listening at home, I think the best way to do influencer marketing is just by sending them some free shit and just getting them to do some UGC, bro.
Yeah.
It
feels organic and not massively forced.
And what are micro influencers as well? Do you know what I mean?
That to be fair, that's probably what we're considered as in the
No, of course we are. Yeah, of course we are.
Just one of those things. But now UGC is a really good way for any brand, I think, to grow, especially clothing brands, bro. Like I know a few people with clothing brands, but just creating those like consistent TikToks, like I see them all over my FYP. Of like, it looks like UGC, but it'll be someone with the actual brand just telling their story. Maybe that's something that you could do, bro. Because you want to grow your personal brand to do with Sneakerdoc, don't you? to an extent.
Degree. I mean, I want to do it with kind of like from a videography perspective.
Yeah, you want what?
Because
you want
I've always sold the story of the Sneakerdoc, and those are posts that have always popped off. I mean, that's one thing. I mean, if you're talking about marketing, I guess for me it comes naturally because I've always been into it. So it's hard for me to kind of talk about it. I've never looked at it and gone, right, I'm going to try this tactic or this tactic. I've just done what I've done over the past 5 years, and it's worked. So it kind of comes naturally. But I guess when I've told my story, you know, say we've got a pop-up with Selfridges, I post about that, it goes off. I mean, you know, we spoke about it on the last pod. I have that cult following.
Yeah, people buy into your success.
Buy into your success and your story. So I guess, you know, telling your story is a great thing. I mean, look at Trey with Ninth Street. People love Trey, like, you know, because they see that grind, they see that hard work and have over the years.
And he's a fucking creative as well, bro.
Yeah,
he
man.
He's brilliant.
He's class. He's a good kid, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Essentially a future podcast guest as well. We did actually, he was going to come on, but then just a guest got tied up and he didn't end up coming on. And then we asked him again. And then...
no, he was going to come on, bro, but someone else had him too close to the time. And I said to H,
that was it.
It's going to be the same conversation on 2 different platforms. Fuck that. We'll wait for the right time.
And then when I asked him again, he just said mentally just wasn't in the right headspace to come on and share a story.
He's gone into grind mode, hasn't he? Into like ghost mode, like just tunnel vision. And
you do, like, you
I
go
like
through
that,
your face.
yeah. I fucking love that, bro. I've been away from my phone like quite a bit the past week and a half. I haven't really...
You say that, but we sit in front of a camera for an hour every single fucking week.
No, but
it's not exactly ghost mode. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I know what you're saying.
Different.
I know what you're saying.
I'm talking in terms of like socials, bro.
Yeah,
like I am. Like I've enjoyed it being a little bit quieter. It's been nice.
I think we go through phases. I think everyone kind of goes through a phase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you like, especially you, bro.
Massively.
Especially you be like, yo, Chris, I'm back on it now. You know, on it. He'll drop a fucking thing. He's got a 25 pack out, and then I won't see him post again for 3 months. He'll be like, nah, Chris, you know what? I'm not really feeling it, man. I want to be a little bit more.
I'm just do you know what it is? I'm a massive fan of doing the fucking work. There are enough people that are doing the hard work, but there's a lot of people that want to talk about doing the hard work and they ain't doing the hard work.
Bro, it boils my fucking bubbles, bro. It really does piss me off, man, because it's like just going out there and just putting a facade that you're grinding. It's just frustrating, man, because you can see through the bullshit, bro.
It'd always be shown, though, innit? In people's results. Let's say I'm grinding, but if someone's following you over a course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you say you're grinding every day, but no one can see any results and there's no growth in everything you're grinding towards, then everyone knows you're full of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Back to I had this thought quickly, sorry, just whilst we were talking about documenting you. I think a good thing to document, bro, would be when you start the e-com, getting all that together with the products. And you should have documented that from when you started designing everything. That would have been sick, bro.
You still can, bro. You
I've
control
got
the
some
narrative.
of it, to be fair. Like,
That's true.
I've got some content when we shot with Oliver back in 2021. You know, walking through like the warehouses where we were getting the boxes supplied, and that's kind of what I want to restart. And I think actually having, you know, a videographer for 2 days a week, and now having more time away from the cleaning will allow me to kind of go, shit, like I need to do this work, and I'll capture that content, and it'll almost push me more to having to actually get it out there. Do you know what I mean?
By the way, guys, James has hired a full-time videographer, which isn't Gooms. Thanks, mate.
Can you imagine that?
I've used Jamie now for like 3 years.
No, but we can't even commit to 2 days anyway.
Full time, but like, but I said to you, didn't I? I said, like, you know, so Jamie's going to start doing 14 hours a week, so like 2 days, which
we can't.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, and then it does seem like a lot. Do you know what I mean? This week we've had obviously a new starter as well. So I've had a new lad come in and start cleaning. He's hit the ground running. He's great. And I'm sat there like, shit, what am I meant to do now?
I literally said this to you yesterday. By the way, I dropped some creps off to James yesterday and popped into Salo and actually organised this pod last minute because me and H were supposed to have an actual guest, but we had to basically just settle for James. Nah, James came and filled in. We were doing in-house. I was like, do you want to come sit in? And he was in.
Yeah, no, I actually, because I remember we had a conversation. You were like, bro, like, I can't wait to jump back on and like really just like have a conversation about fitness and stuff like that. And like, because it's always a car journey where we were brainstorming our next guest. Yeah. And just no one could fill in for tomorrow. Well, for today now.
Yeah.
We were talking about, and then, but just thought of you because he said he was coming to see you.
But yeah, I literally said to him, I've got there and it's the first time ever he's greeted me at the door, outside the door. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? He goes, come on, man, let's go to a bench. I was like, oh, okay, he's gone to a bench. He goes, I've got the new guy in there, and I got Reese in there, and I'm just banging everything out, sorting everything out. He goes, okay, so what have you done? He goes, to be honest, bro.
Is that live now?
Huh?
Is that live now when you're at work?
It was his first day yesterday.
It was my first day, and to be fair, yeah, I haven't had a day off this month. So
Nah, you've been grinding, bro.
Yesterday I was a bit like, I was just having to kind of like get Leo started on his first day. They were obviously both cleaning, so it wouldn't have made sense for me to be cleaning because I'd have been doing the work that was there set out for Leo. So I was just like, all right, cool. Now I'm getting in that transitional period where I now need to go, all right, cool, what am I going to do with that time? And I'll be like, all right, cool, I'm going to get the website built.
You know exactly what we're going to say, innit?
Get videography done. What are you going to say?
Ecom.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And it gives me that time. And, I've now got Tuesday and Thursday where we're going to, doing all the videography stuff, banging out more reels, documenting the process. And it's like, even if it like, it takes 2 months to make a short of actually getting that, how to get the wipes out. Cool. But like now I've got someone there for like 2 days and it'll be worth it. And I need to go, all right, cool. How am I going to use this person? So I'm thinking like, shit, like what content am I going to get? What am I going to do for this? What are we going to showcase on this day? So it's putting me into a position where I'm having to think again.
One thing that I think works really well is like when you tell a story. I don't know. There's two reasons that people watch content. It's either for entertainment or to gain value. So even if like potentially even like just giving out free like tips, bro, to keep your trainers clean. Genuinely, because if you're giving out free value,
someone fucking pay him.
Nah, bro. If you're giving out free value,
people are still paying. People are lazy. Do you know what I mean? People don't want to fucking.
If you're giving out free value, people feel more inclined to come and pay you, bro, because they feel like they owe you something. If you're giving them something for free, bro, that's a standard marketing like tactic now with social media. Everybody's giving out free content.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No, free value.
Well, it's like the past couple of reels that we've done with Alex Carroll, which fucking like great. The way he's shot them, like,
they've looked really good,
they're
bro.
Fucking great, and. Alex works full time, and if it wasn't, for him working full time and it happened to be a weekend thing, we'd probably work together more 100% because the reels are class. But they've been more like how to clean, and it kind of shows the step-by-step process of like how to clean a Panda dunk.
It's like a behind the scene, isn't it?
Absolutely. Like you could follow that video, slow it down, and you could clean your dunks now instead of belling my line off. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like
my dunks are.
I feel like all of the videos that you mainly post are like the process though of cleaning, no?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I'm busy as fuck, so obviously it's working and it's not taken away. Yeah, and that's the thing, it's the same with the products when they come out. People will still pay us to clean the trainers because there's products out there like ours that will exist that if you know how to use them, you can get the trainers clean, but people don't.
It's the same thing with my uncle, bro. He showed me the crepes that he wanted clean. I goes, give me a toothbrush and 20 quid and I'll do them for you. And he goes,
20 quid, you cheeky prick. You could have done it for free, as if you're trying to make profit.
I was joking, bro. It was a joke. What I'm saying is, you saw what they were like, bro. If he'd had a wipe and a bit of a toothbrush and 10 minutes, he would have been able to clean them because they weren't that bad. Do you know what I mean? But it comes down to that thing of, I'm going to send it off. He's going to do it properly. They're going to come back nice and fresh. And it's that,
to a degree,
that laziness.
Yeah, now to a degree as well. I mean, with lubes, like the white bottoms, you can, like with a wipe, with solution, you'll get them clean. But there's like there's that fine layer that gives us that cutting edge. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you'll break it down better than me.
You need some strong shit to get that off. Do you know what I mean? So that's the difference. But for like, it's almost like instead of coming to me every 3 months, you might come every 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
I want to, something that I know that you said that you wanted to touch on this pod, and it's definitely something that we can both talk about, bro, is just fitness, bro, in general. And obviously, something that I wanted to ask you first is, how's fitness benefiting you and the business, bro?
Big units, aren't we? What can I say? Fitness is great. Essentially, you're building an engine. You're not lethargic. You've got loads of energy. And that transcends into business because you're not going through the day sluggish. Like, you just power through shit. I love it. And I mean, if you're overwhelmed and there's so much going on at work, going and having an explosive session will slow that mind down as well. So
that's like my free time, bro. When I go and train, like that's the time of the day that I'm like happy, bro.
And then it's like I'm trying to like at the moment work out.
Smack the mic harder, why don't you?
Do you know what I mean? We start talking about fitness, just trying to hang the mic out.
The window falls down, everything.
What he fucking trash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fucking hell, yeah, we've ruined James' apartment twice now.
Pulling down shelves.
Mate, you say that. He's got a plank of wood on some stand, and I go,
which looked very nice before we touched it.
I don't know if it's gonna be all right. You know, he goes, "Nah, man, solid oak. That is. It'll be fine, Chris." 5 minutes later, the mic's on it. It just goes.
No, wait, no.
But that was on you. Don't try to put it on me.
No, fuck me. What is that?
You see that?
I'm gonna beat him up.
Well, no, back to fitness, bro. For me, bro, that's my break, man. Like, although, to be fair, I train first thing, but like, even if I go out on a walk, bro.
When do you prefer to train?
Do you know what? We had this convo the other day. Was it with, I think it was with Chris.
It's not going to kill you, Chris. It's just a moth, you little pussy.
No, because it's going to piss me off.
I actually think I train better in the middle of the day, but I prefer training in the morning because it's just like morning, it's done. Do you know what I mean? It's a nice way to start your day, bro.
100%. So I quite often do a Tuesday and a Thursday at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a powerhouse, man. I smash that session.
Yeah.
I'm more productive after a walk, bro. If I walk first thing in the morning and then get on the laptop, I'm more productive than if I go to the gym and then come home, eat breakfast, shower, and then get on the laptop. I'm on there straight away, bro, grinding at like 7:30.
Yeah, that's what I find. I mean, like, obviously, you know.
Do you think you smash through your session at 1 o'clock?
Just leave the muff
He
alone.
comes here, man.
I'll
Smack him up, but he's not affecting you right now.
He's going to come across my face in the camera and shit.
The greatest podcast in the world to finish.
Because he's got a special guest. Do you think because you're at 1 o'clock, you power through your session? Do you think that's because like you're awake? You've done like, you know, when you wake up at 6 and you get to the gym, you still kind of that's what wakes you up.
I feel like you've had optimal nutrition. So I'll have had probably
true. I don't eat
two or three, and I'm quite good with my timings with food. Like, so I'll have had like 2 or 3 meals.
At 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
I've usually had 2 by then, but with a pre-workout like snack as well.
I'm not completely. My energy levels aren't completely depleted because of work. At 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. It's just that sweet spot. But then at the same time, it just takes me out of work. Do you know what I mean? But I find with like my ADHD that my brain is very productive first thing. So the second that I get up, I'm like, right, I have to use all of like my focus now. And then at some point in the day, it goes, nah, fuck that.
Makes sense.
Bro, that's the same with me, bro.
I ain't coming anymore.
If I jump on my laptop, like if I'll go on like a little like 4K walk in the morning, bro, like 45 minutes, I'll come home, bro, I'll be on my laptop by like 7:30, bro. Like I find that I'm 10 times more productive. 10 times more productive my whole day, bro, and then I'll go train at like 12:01, like you do, bro. My days are 10 times more productive. Do you know, I think
it's actually a scientific fact though about your brain.
No, so you're
actually, I can't remember.
No, so you're obviously, I wanted to say this actually when you said about like being more awake and stuff like that. You're actually more awake 2 hours. I don't know how to word it, but your brain is like most awake 2 hours after you wake up. So you'd be more awake in the morning than James would be awake later in the day. It's like,
but I'm at the gym within the first hour I'm awake and I'm finished by the time I finish.
Like, and how awake are you then?
Yeah, when I finish the gym.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like the gym wakes me up. My car journey home from the gym at 7:45, I'm like, it's not unusual.
Floyd Mayweather.
That's because you boys live in Worcester, though. It's a nice place.
Now, Floyd Mayweather, when Floyd Mayweather would fight, he'd stay up like fight week or like before fight week. He'd stay up until like, he'd time his.
He does it anyway. He does it all the time.
He'd time so he wakes up at like 7 p.m. so that he'd fight at like 9. 2 hours after he woke up, bro. Like, that's how we do it, because that's when he'd be at peak performance, 2 hours after he got up. So we'd stay asleep till then. But in terms of creativity and stuff like that...
You have to give me some strong shit, like, I'd have to smash... Get me to sleep in the middle of the day.
Bro, fucked, innit? It is fucked. You
he'll just train his body for it pre-fight.
Yeah, but even stuff like light, bro. Mm-hmm. Stuff like light.
Blackout lines, you know what I mean? I ain't doing that.
That's long. But there's actually... The hormones that get released when you're creative... actually get released towards the end of your cycle of being awake. You're more intellectual in the first half of the day, and then you get more creative towards the end. I saw was it Andrew Huberman, his podcast with Joe Rogan? Really good. He dropped some facts.
I didn't know that.
Did you not?
I'm just trying to think if it's true or not. I don't know.
And
everybody.
everybody.
When I start the day, I've got a load of shit to tackle. Do you know what I mean? So I think when you're being creative, you need free space in the mind. You need to be able to just like. There needs to be no like. I get hammered, you know, by like
Switch off.
shit to do at work. Customers hammering me. I can't think about how I want like a reel to look at that point in time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like getting the perfect angle. Like when I got Tina belling my line off, I can't do it. Not doing it. So I do get that because I guess in the mornings I'm doing more of my kind of the tasks that require your intellectual kind of side.
Do you do that on purpose, or do you just feel like it naturally comes to do those tasks first in the morning?
I don't know, I guess over the past 5 years, it's just what.
It's just your
it's just-
to-do
yeah,
list,
yeah.
isn't it? And you tackle it, right?
Do you know what I mean? I have worked out how to run that business very efficiently.
Yeah.
Like I'm an animal with it. So I guess that's just how I've learned.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
You're an animal in the bedroom as well. I've heard.
What do you mean? How would you know, man?
I've heard, just word of mouth.
To be fair, I've actually heard stuff as well. Like, when I go out, there was like that Sneakerdoc. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, not
Is
again.
it only when he's lean though? When he's
Sneakerdoc.
not, he's sluggish.
To be fair, bro, when you walked out, man, you're in some serious fucking shape right now, bro.
He's getting ready for the girl.
Serious fucking shape.
Getting ready for Ibiza, but like, I don't know, it's a hard one because I know how lean I can be. And I was saying to you the other day, I also don't give a fuck on the weekend. Like, I want to go to Ibiza, and of course, I want to be in my best shape because naturally that's just my mind because I know how lean I can be.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets to a Saturday and a Sunday, I just want a beer. I just want a nice pizza. And I guess I'm enjoying that side of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm enjoying that
Nothing wrong
balance.
with that though, bro. Like, there really isn't. I find that I'm like happy when I got a little bit more timber on me. I'm not saying like when I'm fat, when my body fat percentage is at like maybe 14, 15%, rather, well, 15%, I'd say, rather than being at like 11. Do you know what I mean? I perform better, first of all, which naturally you do because you got more
absolutely.
energy. And I just feel better, bro, in myself.
I said this to you yesterday. I said, what are you lean all year round for? What, like, to the point where you've got an 8-pack and your body, like, do you know what I mean? Like, your body fat's where it is. Like, why are you slaving, like, you're putting so much struggle on your body, like, when you can enjoy your food a bit?
Because, like,
You're
meal prep-
naturally quite lean.
He's
like,
on
no,
meal
no,
preps
no.
every day. He's on, what do
yeah,
you
but my
mean?
meal preps ain't boring as fuck.
I was
My
going
meal
to
preps
say,
are
I can't
pain.
lie. If I could afford it, I probably would just get meal preps every day. It'd be bare easy.
I mean, obviously, I do spend dough on meal prep. Like, I mean, I've just cut my meals down now.
Not all of us
obviously I'm
clean
going
1,000
away.
pairs of trainers a week, man.
But then, like,
He didn't even say he did.
I was having, what? I think I was having like 5 or 6 meals a day from Prep Kitchen, and it was like 130 a week. And that was for like 5.5 days worth. Do you know what I mean? But every meal was patterned. But I'm getting like lasagna, buffalo chicken mac and cheese. You get loads of like naked cheeseburger with like sweet potato mash. So they're nice meals, and I'm scrolling them down. They're not boring. They've got great macros. I need to fuel my body because of the way that I train. If I didn't, I'd go dead skinny.
How many calories do you eat roughly, bro?
So
What's your expenditure like? Like, do you know?
Yeah,
on your Apple Watch, how
Yeah,
much?
like, I use
What's your calories
Athletics.
per day?
I use Athletics, so like my expenditure goes between 3.3 and 3.8k a day.
Mine's about 3.2 a day, like on average.
It's a nice amount of food, you know. That's the thing.
But the thing is, though, is because I'm just sat down all the time. Imagine when we're on the fucking go all the time, bro. The amount of extra food I'm able to get into my
Yeah, but that's
system.
a lot compared to most people. Like a lot of these lazy people, like they can only, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna put weight on if they're only eating like 1,500. I
Wait,
bang
how-
that down by like 1 o'clock in the day.
How many calories do you eat?
Me, like at the moment, I'm trying to eat like 2.8, 2.9,
Yeah.
but usually I'm on like 4k a day. And if I really wanted to push
Yeah.
it up, like it'd be going to fight, and I
4K
could do
is
it.
just to maintain, right?
Yeah. It's great.
I
can just constantly eating. Do you know what I mean?
I eat about 3.5 a day. It's a nice amount. I sometimes I don't though because it's tough, bro. Sometimes just scrolling all this grub.
Why are you lying
What do you
for,
mean, man?
bro?
Nah, bro.
He eats, bro.
No, I can eat, bro, but like when I'm at home, like it gets like because I eat pretty clean, bro. Like
Man,
it gets
you're
long.
ungrateful as well.
My best friend.
Grateful, do you know what I mean? It's out here, you can get all this food. Nah.
No, my best friend lately, bro. Like I've been really introducing like a lot of healthy fats to my diet, like butter, olive oil, like fatty steaks, bro. And they've just been my best friend with getting calories in.
Fuck you. I thought I was your best friend.
I can't cook. So.
You can't cook.
He loves to cook.
Do you know? I'm
mind
actually a
it,
pretty good
I
cook
don't
as
even
well,
give
bro.
a fuck about cooking. I don't even care that I can't.
It's a pretty good skill to have, bro.
But I don't need to because I can pay for that. I can
I'll
either
just
go
get
out
a
for,
chef.
mate. Like that is for me part of earning good money is the fact that if I want to go out for breakfast, I go out for breakfast. If I want to go out for lunch, I go out for lunch. If I want to order peng meal prep that keeps me in great shape all year round, I do it.
No, you could do that,
and
bro.
I see value in it.
But sorry.
I get bored of cooking. And the thing is, like I don't have that much time in life. I have an infinite amount of time. So in that hour or two that I get free, the last thing I want to be doing is cooking. I'd rather be chilling. I'd rather be spending time with my friends.
And then cleaning it after as well. Oh.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I ain't got to do none of that.
I hear you, but for me as well, like I feel like I feel like cooking
is empty, bro. It's got nothing.
Literally, average empty.
I feel like cooking can be like a bit of a creative outlet, bro. Genuinely, like that's one of the reasons probably why I like cooking so much.
Got lit up his face got when he started talking about cooking, bro.
I'm a good cook, bro.
Cooking.
Nah, I get it. I know people love cooking. I'm just not that person.
Let me make you some scrambled eggs, bro. My scrambled eggs are
I can
unmatched.
do scrambled eggs, bro.
No, bro, but not scrambled eggs like mine. I guarantee you, not scrambled eggs like mine.
It's the only thing that I can make, so I'm telling you, I make them and they slap. You know what I mean? You know, for me, Chris, you remember years ago when I was like 6%, I was stupidly lean. It's before Coachella.
You went to Coachella?
Like, yeah,
I bet that was a sick.
Mate, it was fucking mad, you know. It's a mad place. But it was the leanest I'd been. And I was having like jam sandwiches.
Bro, do you know what? Funny, bro, the leanest that I've ever been, bro, is like my nutrition wasn't as good as it is now in terms of like, I'd have like a jam sandwich, like jam and peanut, but like I'd have a Twinkie every day. Like,
I think it's fucked, you know.
Do you know what it is?
Bodybuilding's fucked. Let's just go and yam loads of squares bars. You feel sick.
Nah, I don't really eat squares bars anymore. I just have dates every morning.
And that's the good thing about Prep Kitchen. Like, instead of having all these squares, I'm having like a whole meal that's like, you know, it's full of like macronutrients, micronutrients. It's fucking good and it's whole food. Whereas when I was bodybuilding and like, you're cramming all your carbs either side of your workout, and then when you transfer from like being in that cut stage to going into normal life, you're then like, oh fuck, like I haven't trained like 2 hours ago, so I can't have these chips, you know what I mean? Whereas now, like, I have like a nice amount of carbs, a nice amount of protein, a nice amount of fats with every single meal. So if I go out for food, it doesn't really make my body fluctuate too much.
So I'm the same. It's just I'd just rather get my carbs with my breakfast and lunch, especially just with fruit and veg, bro. I like to save like my simple carbs for my last meal of the day because they really help me sleep.
I want to change the topic. I want to ask you about your love life.
What do you mean my love life, man?
I just want to ask you about your love life. What's going on?
It just don't exist.
Non-existent?
Nah, not at all. I don't know. I guess I've just realised recently that I'm too busy.
Yeah?
And it's not that I'm too busy in a way that I'm prestige, just more that
I think it benefits the business more.
Someone would have to be very, like, what I've realised is that for me to talk to somebody and to actually invest in them, I've really got to like them. And if that person, no, but listen to me. But if that person, like, yeah, but you know, you chat to girls because they're good looking.
Oh, I don't.
You want to get your piece wet? You do, especially you dirty bastard. Like,
Hey, to be fair, he's a lover boy
no,
now.
but you know what I'm saying?
We're both lover boys.
Bro, I've been tied down to one girl.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I mean,
now.
over the past 20 odd years, do you know what I mean? You've been there, you've gone through the different stages.
No, never. This is his first ever woman.
Bro, I don't know why you try and make this picture of me that I'm like some fucking whore or some shit, because I'm not. I'm actually not.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is...
I'm just pretty, so I got attention, that was it.
If that girl can't drag me away from my purpose and my business, I'm just not really that into her. And I think at the moment I've realised that I'm very fortunate to be in a position where my business is doing well. I'm very fortunate to have an able body that can train hard. And I don't have fucking spare time. So like, it's very hard to actually kind of nurture a fucking relationship and have it grow because I'm shit on my phone.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm the same as well, bro. Do you think it helps the business when you don't have a girl?
Yeah, and I guess my mindset's changed a lot.
Oh, you
since
say that.
Pod.
Well, you say, I was going to say it on the
And
last
this
pod.
is because,
you said the opposite.
And I guess, I don't know, I guess I'm more right now, and you know, it's been a massive year, you know, emotionally and mentally for me after what happened, especially with my connection to the business and the relationship that I have with the business.
Yeah.
And I guess right now, I'm just back to the old me that likes to grind. And I think back then I used to be a bit like, fuck, I'm so snowed under with work, and it used to really overwhelm me. Whereas, you know, after getting robbed and almost losing my business, being really busy now, I'm like, fucking hell, I'm so grateful that I'm busy as fuck. And it's almost making me go, shit, all I want to do is work. Like, I want to own this fucking moment.
Yeah.
You know, we're busy as fuck, so realistically, I need to be at the office doing mad hours.
How long did you say you've had the business for? 5 years?
5 years in August, yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I'm not that person, you know. My mum has a 5-year plan.
I'm not saying a plan, bro,
But
where do you see the business in 5 years' time? I'm not saying like a plan, bro, for the next 5 years. Okay, I'm going to launch the products here and then this is going to come out here. Just 5 years' time, bro. Do you see yourself on a yacht? Business is really fucking booming or what?
I mean, everyone would love to say that. I think you have to be a little bit realistic. But yeah, like, I want to grow revenue. I want to be focusing more on a creative role within the business. Obviously, I want to eat.
What do you mean in terms of creative?
In terms of like, you know, focusing on campaigns, social media,
Yeah.
product development. That's the sort of shit that I
Excites
enjoy
you.
doing and excites me and that I love doing. Obviously, I want to be a lot more freer with my time in terms of being able to do what I want when I want to. And I want the team in place that can keep the business running and delivering what we do without me being so pedal to the metal.
Would you say you're a slave to the business?
I don't have to be, but for it to do really fucking well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how it is at the start of the business, because at the end of the day, although it's been 5 years, the business is still a baby though.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, you know, I wouldn't be able to do what I do without the team. But at the same time, I'm the captain that runs the ship and steers it. And if I'm not at that helm, it's either going, you know, it's just not going as quick.
Yeah,
and it's not going in the right direction.
The only reason I asked that question was because you said the freedom of my time to be able to be where I want to be whenever I want to be there. That's obviously, you now have your brand spanking new unit. You have employees that kind of expect you to walk through that front door every day. Do you know what I mean? And lead by example.
Absolutely. And I feel like when you're not there.
Sorry. Yeah, no.
Just have you seen the film Dictator? No, what? Bro, you need to watch Dictator, bro.
That's what I mean. Like, you know, fuck me, I get home at like, I was saying to you right now this month, I haven't had a day off.
Yeah, but what you were saying, when you're not there, no one's going to run your baby like you run it. No one's going to care like you care.
What I was going to say is, like, obviously the captain's got to steer his ship, bro. Something that I always go by is that a good general will always work as hard as his soldiers, bro. Like, I think that's just... When you're a leader, bro, in a business... Your staff, your employees are only going to work as hard as you're working, bro. If they see you,
absolutely.
If they see you not grafting, they're not going to want to graft as hard. They're not going to want to be as hungry.
That's why you want people to buy into your plan,
the vision,
effectively,
bro.
your vision.
You don't want you don't want a staff that's going to leave after a year, 2 years. You want someone that's going to stay there for the next 10 whilst you're growing this brand.
Absolutely, and I think that's the thing that I try and say to people that join the brand. You know, and I say to them, you know, it's not all on me. I can't give you all of this growth potential by my input. So whatever input you have to the business will directly affect the growth of the business and your personal career. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, if you work hard and I work hard and everyone else works hard, the business is going to grow and then there's going to be more opportunity for you. So I feel like people can really join the business and grow with it. Yeah. I say, listen, I don't know what role you're going to have in 2 years' time. You can create it. That's the beauty of joining a small startup. Do you know what I mean?
That's a fucking unbelievable.
But you do need someone that's like, that has that fire to do that as well. Do you know what I mean? Because if they're just a plodder, then the business plods. Do you know what I mean?
Not many people have that fire in their belly, though, bro. Not a lot of people have it. So it's a tough character trait to come across, I think, personally.
Obviously, like this new kid came in the other day. No, it was last night. That is the thing. Like when you work straight through in a month, yeah, you like. It gets to Tuesday and you feel like it's Thursday. You just lose track of the week. Yeah. Like I thought I saw you 2 days ago. Yeah. But it was yesterday, right?
Yeah, no, we find ourselves losing track of days.
Yeah, bro, every day, bro, I find myself asking. I'm like, who's day? What day is it today? I just think it's that we're that fortunate, bro, that we're in the position where we've got our own business, and it's like we don't need to fucking know what day it is. Do what we want.
Well, like I literally don't have spare time, and I love it because the weeks fly by. Like, look, I got 3
You love that though.
I was just gonna say.
Do you love the fact that the weeks fly by?
I was actually... go on, answer and then I'm going to give you something else after.
I'm never clock watching at work. I'm never like, fuck me, I'm really bored as fuck. Do you know what I mean?
You've always got something to do though, innit?
Yeah, I mean...
Because you clean in 1,500 pairs of trainers a week.
I guess I'm just... At the moment, I'm grateful. I guess at the moment, like, I'm grateful, I'm fortunate that I've got so much to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, obviously, like, I woke up this morning. I was out of the house at 7. I was at the office till 5. When I worked out, 5 till 7. I've literally gone back here, tidied the place, had a shower, and then we're recording the pod.
And then we dirtied it.
Oh well, fuck it. But like, I'll go to bed straight after this, and I'm training again at like 6 in the morning.
I'm straight.
And then I'm into work.
Yeah.
And then it'll be fucking 6 o'clock tomorrow night before you know it. And it's like, fuck. It just flies.
I understand what you mean. Like, you like being busy, where...
But at the same time...
If things are moving too fast, though, do you feel like you can't sit and... Not sit and appreciate, because I think that's the wrong way to look at it, but like, bro, like, these weeks are adding up. You've only got 52 weeks in the year, bro. And if these weeks are flying by like they're nothing, next thing you know, it's your birthday again. Next thing you know, oh, it's Christmas again. Fuck me. Like, bro.
Which is a problem if you're not growing.
I agree with Chris.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that maybe you should sit back and probably like try and appreciate it. And that's one thing that I'm not good at. There's actually a science behind it as well, bro, as to why you might like perceive weeks going incredibly fast. Is when you're younger. Like, do you see your younger memories as like really like long, and like when you were younger, like time went a lot slower?
I ain't got much memory of like my childhood years. I don't know.
Do you know?
No, not really.
Oh, well, the science is that you're like, you have like a certain amount of storage in your brain, and this storage gets like filled up for the first like 18 to 25 to 20 years of your life, and then slowly, like there's like a graph that you can search up, and it's like these increments of storage get.
Like, I got ADHD. Like my brain is going like 200 miles an hour every fucking second of the day.
Bro, I feel like I was talking to my girl about this, bro, the other day, because I was talking about what ADHD is, bro. Everything that gets described to me, bro, and the way that you describe the way that you are, bro, is the way that I feel. Genuinely, like, my mind is like constantly going, bro, like constant new ideas. Like, I find it really hard to switch off, bro. Like, I'm constantly thinking, bro, and like my thoughts like change really sporadically. I don't.
Nah, it definitely is a trait. Do you know what I mean? It's worthwhile doing for anybody, I guess, to get diagnosed.
Wait, how do you find out? What are the
I,
steps
say,
of that?
I wouldn't say
How?
that.
So
I feel like it's a bad thing or anything by any
You
means.
have to, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of people that are like, I think I have it, but then they don't do. And there's a lot of people that take the piss out. Do you know what I mean? They're like, he's an annoying prick. He's got ADHD. Like, that's how they describe their mate that's really fucking annoying. Do you know what I mean? Like, like, he's really loud. Yeah, he's got ADHD. Yeah.
That's what my girl says to me.
Do you know what I mean? It is. And I'm like, yo, like, so for me, I got diagnosed when I was like 13. I used to have like a day at school to go to this program, and I used to have to do exercises every day to try and develop like the left side of my brain. So like, I'd stand on like a balance board whilst throwing a beanbag over my left shoulder whilst reciting a certain like statement to try and develop that side of my focus. Then the funding got pulled for that after about a year. And then what happened is, and what happens a lot of the time in the UK is that kids get diagnosed with ADHD, and then there's this big period between then and adolescence where it's like they're fucking cured, and it doesn't. It just manifests and gets really worse. And yeah, like I think Harper, maybe a year and a half into the business, I was just like, fuck. I was reading into things, and I was like, and I went and got diagnosed. I went. There's a place in. Luckily, I can afford private healthcare.
Flex on him.
Nah, I mean, I was just lucky, I mean, at the time, I was young, and I had parents that, they wouldn't spoil me, but they would happily put money towards something
Because
that
it
was
was your
important,
health, bro. Yeah,
my health.
of
Do you know
course,
what I mean? So I went to a place in Edgbaston called the Priory. They have a very extensive test. They interview your teachers. They go back, like 10 years for your school reports. They interview your parents. They interview you. It's expensive, and it's an extensive test. I mean, you get diagnosed from there. You either have or you haven't. Then you have to spend a time where you get stabilised on your medication because the NHS won't prescribe it. It has to get prescribed privately. And then you get a shared care agreement, which is where the NHS and the private healthcare go, all right, cool, we think this is the best way of doing it. And then you get your free medication. So like at the start, I was paying like $160 a month for like medication for it.
Do you still take medication now?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you need it?
It's like wearing glasses. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, what happens if you don't take the medication?
I don't know. I guess you can be a little bit foggy. You're not as focused. I could be trying to have a conversation and I could find myself slurring, or my thoughts might trail.
You're going elsewhere.
Do you know what I mean?
That's one thing that I do a lot as well.
Yeah, bro.
So basically,
I have to sit and watch it every week. We'll be talking about one thing, give H 30 seconds.
It
and
makes
he's
me
already-
very robotic, yeah.
That's the thing, though. It
does make you very robotic.
that, bro.
So basically,
I embrace that, though. I feel like I really like that my mind is constantly going.
yeah,
Helps
that
me
is the thing with
creatively.
medication. It does make you quite robotic. So then, I guess which is probably why I'm very work, and I find it hard to switch off.
But do you think that
I was gonna say-
overall, do you think the ADHD benefits you or it
Yeah,
brings you back?
absolutely. Yeah, it benefits me.
Yeah.
100%.
Is that
No
just
doubt.
because you've got a positive outlook on it? What it actually does benefit
There's
you?
probably some people that got it and really fucking hate themselves because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me. I feel like
Depends to what extent you've got
I
it
guess
as well,
it's-
though, right? You can get it at different levels.
Can be
you
more
can get
severe.
you can get different types. You can get like combined type ADHD. So there's like the hyperactive element side of it, and there's the attentive side to it.
Yeah.
And you can either have it worse on one side or the other, or
I
you
feel
can have
like
combined.
a lot of probably creatives have probably that attentive side of things that helps you lock in, like what you said in the previous pod as well. Obviously
That's what the
exclude
medication.
what I said about
That's what the medication helps me to do. It helps me to lock the fuck in.
just there.
Like I'm there,
Yeah.
and I can focus on you, and I can have a conversation with you. So essentially, what? So
And
I'm
the-
on a
and the
similar-
mental-
Do
Yeah.
you know, that's one thing that I find. I'll be talking to someone and my mind's fucking thinking about something else, bro. I swear to God. Not in a horrible way and like that I'm not interested, because there's some people that I meet that I'm really fucking interested with, but like they'll be talking, bro, and I'm just, thoughts just start fucking coming, bro. And I start thinking of something else.
Why are you giggling at, bro?
But that's what happens though,
I love
bro.
how passionate he gets, you know.
I'm quite a passionate person
I
about
do love you.
life. I love you too, man. Genuinely.
Do you love me?
Absolutely.
Really, though?
He meant that because,
I mean, if you
because
like- if
James
you're
always
trying
says absolutely, and James meant
He
that.
does actually. Yeah, absolutely. I realised
you
it.
know?
I
do it on
realised the
WhatsApp
other
to
day
customers,
I was
I'm like,
saying
yeah,
something. Eh?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Bro,
Do you know what I mean?
after everything I said, bro, I realised it because I was editing the pod and everything that I said, bro, was like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And I picked up on it, and H was like, bro, I was meaning to say it to you. Like, it kind of takes away the value
Don't
of
be
what
that
you're
guy,
saying.
man. It hurts. Like you say like loads, and then you start thinking about it, and shit,
Yeah,
I just said
bro.
like again. 2 seconds later, like again.
Do you know what I mean?
I can't remember what we had a convo straight after I said it to you. I was like, oh yeah, do you know
I did
what
it
I
on
mean?
purpose, bro.
No.
I did it on
So,
purpose.
Yeah, no, exactly what I said to you. But everybody's got these little fucking traits, man. That's probably, I said this to you. This is one of the beautiful things about the pod is we get to listen back to how we talk, and we get to improve on it.
It's true.
That because my speech, bro, has never improved this fast ever. Nothing that school ever taught me or anything. Like genuinely, like I think that my speech from ep 1 of the pod to now, like it's a fucking graph that just goes straight up. Genuinely, I used to swear loads. I used to say all the time.
Just the way you'd hold yourself as well, I think. Like, you'd be talking and you'd be like, I don't know, like I feel like now when you talk, there's a presence about you.
I agree with that. That's something that I taught myself from listening back to the pod.
Yeah, and but I told you, like, bro, like, own your shit. Like, you're saying something, bro. Own it. Like, you look like you're saying, I'm a creative and I'm good at this, but you look like you're in a shell. And now when you talk about yourself and your experiences, like, it's a presence.
I feel like this. I feel
That's
like
just being secure in yourself, though.
Yes.
Massively. And
I
being
feel like I
confident.
was secure in myself from ep 1 of the pod, but that was just something that I needed to work on, though. Just the way that I spoke, genuinely. But I didn't realize that until
But
the
that's
pod
the beauty
started.
of business.
Is there anything that you think that 5 years ago when you started your business, a skill that you were shit at and now you think that you're really good at? Or just in life, not even so much the business.
Me, everything. Do you know what I mean? Everything.
Just
Improved
elevated in
everywhere.
every way.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
But then
dope.
I'm very big on self-development as well.
Yeah.
You know, my emotional intelligence is sky high in comparison. The way I communicate, the way that I handle stress, the way that I work, the way that I focus.
I asked the last guest this, and it was something that helped me quite a bit, his answer, but I'm just curious about yours as well. Oh, fuck me, I've just said now. The way that you used to grind from year 1, what do you do differently now? Because
Just more efficient, because he said you've mastered how to work that business.
I
as
wouldn't
efficiently
even.
as
Do you know
possible.
what? Not necessarily just grind, but the energy that you put into the business from year 1 to year 5. What's different? Or are you just grinding the same every day? You're just waking up, grind.
I just grind. Like, I do the hard work. A lot of people talk about doing the hard work, but they actually don't put those hours in.
Same from year 1 to year 5.
And this is what scares me about chat. Like, you're like, oh, you can do this for you and it can do this for you. I don't want it to fucking do that for me.
Why not?
I get fulfillment out of putting the fucking work in. But then I'm this, I like, not to punish myself before I get a reward, but I guess I like knowing that I've worked hard.
I did that.
And I guess, I don't know, like I didn't come from
Just to streamline that though, everything with AI.
Yeah, I guess for me as well, like the business was always about proving myself massively in the early days.
To who?
I was just going to ask that.
Well, just obviously like I got sacked from a couple of jobs prior to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we spoke. Yeah.
And I guess I just had a point to prove that, I could do something special and that I could make something of myself. So I guess that always gave me a bit of velocity and a bit of a drive. So yeah, I don't know. I've always had that great work ethic.
Has it always been the same? The way that you're working towards the business? Obviously, everything's streamlined now. Your routine's going to be like a lot better. But is it the same concept?
Obviously, everything's streamlined now. But yeah, I just feel like it's about putting the hours in. Because if you're not putting an hour in, someone else is putting an hour in elsewhere. And every hour that you put in counts. And every hour that you put in just is another step forward along your journey. Do you know what I mean?
I woke up and I trained the other day. And I saw someone that I know that does something a little bit similar. And they were in the gym an hour later than me. I was just like, thought to myself, I was like, I'm beating you. Pussy. It's how I think though, bro.
But it's true, innit? Like your chest might only grow like, a centimetre, but like a year down the line, it's going to have more shape to it because you've just put that consistent work in. I guess, you see me say it all the time. How many times you see me say it on like my social media? Consistency compounds.
Facts, bro.
And this is why I find it hard to like think, what's the next 5-year plan?
Hard work beats talent every time, bro.
Like, I just turn up every fucking day. I do the small habits that are great and grow the business. And naturally, the business grows. And it might not be like a fucking, a massive jump in growth, but it's now a sustainable level of growth every month. And that's a great place to be.
And if you're growing, your team's growing, the way that you're working efficiently is also growing with the business. Everything, it doesn't feel like you're growing. Does that make sense?
It just made me think of something. Sorry, I don't mean to cut up this convo, but this is more to do with our business, bro. But I saw, I was listening to a pod the other day, and this guy, to grow he had like a business where if somewhere got flooded, he would go in and clean up the mess of, say your apartment got flooded, he'd come in and he'd clean up the mess.
But there's no
horrendous.
No, where he lived.
That would be horrendous.
Bro, this was his second company that he started. He's worth like 500 mil today. Like this guy's like, he's killed it. But floods. No, I forgot to, bro, I've just thought that we could actually use this for our business, bro. Is his way of getting clients was he wouldn't do outreach as such like, okay, I'm trying to sell my services to you. He went to all the local plumbers in the area and built a relationship with them. And when they go to someone and if their house was flooded, he's, okay, I know someone who does I don't know what it would actually be called.
They would outreach for them with their own clientele.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a friend who does this, who gets rid of all the water and will clean your business and get rid of all the water. That's the way that you did it. Maybe that's something that we should try, bro.
So target everybody that does email marketing.
Just build fucking relationships.
Everyone that does social media
relationships are always going to help you to do that.
Not even that,
naturally.
bro.
That's word of mouth.
If we were to go to like a bunch of local businesses, we're just a new local business. We just want to come and introduce ourselves. This is what we do. Just sit and have a half an hour convo with them, bro. Become like friends to an extent. Like obviously that network's there. Then that's only going to help us, bro, in the long run. I never thought of actually us doing that.
Well, that's effectively how we started, though. Really.
And holding your skills, though, because naturally, right, that will happen if you are at the top of your shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, naturally, they're going to go, oh, fucking hell, have you heard about like these boys and what they do? And that comes from you being shit hot at what you do.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you can build those relationships and you're shit hot, it's a winning ingredient.
And you're what?
That word of mouth.
Shit hot.
What's that? Oh,
you're really good.
Motherfucker, I know.
But I get it. Obviously, like, I get it with like the Louboutin store. We get it with like we get people from like, oh yeah, I've been referred from this place, or someone will be like, oh fucking have you seen what this kid
exactly,
does?
Bro? That's what we need to fucking do.
So, and that's why, right? People are like, oh, what's your big growth plan? And I'm like, just turn up every day and do things consistently, because you got to think,
amen.
Every day, if that customer's happy, they might go and tell 2 people. They might go and tell 4 people. If you've got 5 people that day that are happy with it, that's then going to be another 10 people that know about your business. Over a long time, that's a fuckload of growth.
Oh, bro, I know
That's how
from
simple it
I'm
is.
not even saying this to be like, oh, I'm the shit and I've brought you so much business, but everybody in my family now, if they've got something fucked up, Chris has got a dude that cleans trainers.
Yeah.
Chris,
Absolutely.
Can you send me that guy's number, or can you sort my trainers out, or can you do whatever? And that just naturally comes from obviously the relationship we had, and then you clean my trainers pretty well, and I posted about it, and people knew of it, and then it's just.
And that's the beauty of never losing sight of the
snowball
day to day, because I think a lot of people can get ahead of themselves before they learn to walk. And if you're not walking smoothly, and you're trying to think of the next thing, that's a year down the line, everything's going to crumble.
I think I disagree with you.
Really?
In the sense of, you also have to lay the foundations for your future, because if you don't, no one will for you. You're saying that you're thinking about a year down the line, but I think you have to think a year down the line, in a sense of,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, how turn up every day and make sure everything's done, but there's no reason why you can't take half an hour or an hour from that day to lay the foundation for a relationship, a possible business relationship, a possible client that's not going to benefit you tomorrow or the day after, but in a year's time, when that comes about, that will happen because the foundations have already been set. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? He strikes again.
And I guess
Better out!
and I guess that's where, right? Like,
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
though?
no, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just.
Fuck you, hey.
What are your foundations built on? Do you know what I mean?
Well, it depends.
They have to be built up like
See, you're doing it now as well. Do you know what I mean?
strong fucking concrete, not just pipe dreams.
I think I agree with James on this one, bro. I think if you just have to fucking turn up every single day, bro.
I'm not
Fucking
taking anything
do.
away from
No,
turning
I'm saying
up.
I agree with what you're saying as well.
I'm saying, like,
I think that's part of it, though.
what? What's part of it?
Building those relationships, bro. I don't even think that's taking half an hour out of your day. That still counts as the grind.
Yeah, but
When I get a call off, you know who I'm going to talk about, does property and stuff like that.
yeah.
When I get a call from him, bro, if I'm in the middle of the edit, I'll take it 2 hours out of my day. I might be talking to him, but that's still, like, obviously there's the personal relationship there, but we're building a business relationship as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
but
no,
that
it is important. And one thing I will say,
this is what I'm
fucks me
trying to
about
say.
being busy is that at times I'm like, fuck, I wish I could spend a little bit longer with that
I
person.
should have
talking to them.
spent that time, because exactly that.
You feel bad when you have to be like, sorry, bro, I'm busy, I got to go.
Yeah, but sometimes that extra little bit of effort that you put in isn't for the tomorrow, and it's for that year down the line, that foundation. Do you know what I mean? That's what I meant by the foundations of, I'm going to sit down, give you the time of the day, or I'm going to have that conversation with you. I'm going to speak about this topic with you. And in a year's time, when you are of more benefit to me, you're going to come to me because I took that time out of the day and I laid those foundations for our business relationship or just our relationship in general. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know what I mean?
I'm doing it on purpose now.
No, you're not.
I am. I did that one on
Mate, you
purpose.
sound like devil, man. You know, he's like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what you say.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting, bro.
Okay,
Boys.
I was just going to say, I think I know what you're going to say. I think this has been a beautiful pod.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up.
And genuinely, if you go and watch the first episode, but the fucking growth is just ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
First of all. And
Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, everybody, make sure you go like, comment, subscribe, leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify.
Follow us on Spotify as well, man.
And as well, go show James some love, man.
Yeah, man.
You got some dirty crepes all cleaning for you, bro.
No.
Do
you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Quickly, I just got one last question. Do you plan on having like cleaning stations around the country or something? I meant to ask you this earlier. Is that something that you want to do?
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
So about a month and a half ago, I was looking at Manchester. I was looking at Dubai.
Dubai would be a good one, bro.
Me and H had a...
I just have to get Birmingham on lock.
Me and H might
Just
have
know,
to just overlook.
Dubai might be... Gooms might be seeing Dubai soon. Not the other way around. Not Dubai seeing Gooms.
We'll tell you a little bit more.
Potentially.
We'll tell you a bit
It's a
more.
potential. It's an idea. Potential.
But yeah.
Maybe.
So it's one of those 100%. Like, I just have to...
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, you prick. I'd have to move wherever it would be.
Yeah.
set up.
Exactly.
Now you would.
Because, bro, you're going to
Now
have to
I
be
would.
there 24/7, bro.
But you know what? I'm kind of enjoying like life at home with my mates from my hometown, and
I think I think
don't know
you
if I wanna
thrive
lose
though
it.
in that grinding scenario, bro.
Yeah, I would. I know I would. I've done it for 5 years, and I'm just questioning whether I want to do it for another 5. Or obviously, I'm going to grind for another 5 years, but
Start from the bottom again.
Point blank, like
and
just,
I find it hard to have a social life and actually have life outside the business now. I find it hard for something to rip me away from the business. Fuck me, I won't do anything but business like at all. And you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's beautiful though.
Which would be great, of course. And I do want to do it. It's just that I'm at a point where I'm also valuing home as well, I guess, in a way. So, and as well, to buy seems better than, because it's different. It's a different lifestyle. It's it's a beautiful place, less negativity.
The clientele there, bro.
Great
as well.
weather, good clientele, labour's cheaper. Whereas Manchester's just, it's a cool as fuck city, 100%. But
it's just a bit of Birmingham.
Manny's very into Manny's very like into like fashion, bro, and crepes and stuff like that as well. It's got that scene. It'd be somewhere you'd kill it.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, we'd kill it. I just have to ask myself if that's what I want to do in terms of
more
growth and
accessible for
direction
you
of
as well
life.
than making that jump to Dubai. It's just something to think about. Make sure you fucking subscribe. Subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe, follow.
But yeah,
shit. Follow us on Insta as well. We're trying to build up that following. TikTok.
Yeah, road to 1,000 subs, man. So press that subscribe button, like, show James some love. If you got some dirty crepes, he'll sort you out.
Send them James's way, man.
And we'll see you all again next week.
Love.
Peace.